Hello. Today we're going to be playing Medieval Dynasty, if it lets us. Um, Couple things. One, if it suddenly cuts off, it's because of my low storage space for video. Second, I'm eating pepperoni. So if that bothers you, now's your time to leave because I'm going to be doing it. Uh, Lastly, this is a new game for me. I've watched somebody play the very start of it, but that's about it. So I'm just going to start in with a basic game, but it looks like a lot of fun. Top Blitz Production and Render Cube presents.
I used to have a simple life. Whatever needed doing round the farm, I'd do it. Being the eldest son, it's tough. But at least we had a living, and our plates were never empty. Then, the war came. I lost everything overnight. The last thing I remember is Father pushing me away, yelling for me to run, to live. At first, I didn't know what to do. Then, I remembered. A story my mother once told me. A story about my uncle, Jordan. He made a modest fortune up north, in a peaceful valley far away from the war. For weeks I held on to that thought, until the valley from my mother's stories. I could see it. This is where I can start a new life.
That was badass. Now, if only it could have not been straight into a loading screen, that would have been cooler. But I can understand it. There we go. Now, I don't know if this game's going to be too labor intensive for me to be able to play cleanly. So if that's an issue for you, don't be a problem. Because probably a lot of the game's going to look like this. Let me see if there's like an option so I can turn down the res or something. Make it run faster. I don't know what this is, so I'm just gonna try and change it. Anything? So try that. See if that fixes anything. I don't know what VSync is, so I'm gonna turn it off. C to accept changes. Oh, that's running smoother. Smooth enough at least. Yeah, there we go. Just give it low quality and we're good. Fires pickaxe. Can I jump up here? Is this Skyrim? A little bit, but not much. What's that rock I see? No, it's a stick. Eat a tick, okay. That's something I'm gonna have to get used to. Hey, feathers. So none of this are like rocks though. Collect sticks from bushes. Requires a pickaxe, requires a pickaxe. Got it. So I'm starting to get the idea that I should just go to the city and get a pickaxe. It says tab to knowledge quest. So that's really engaging non-linear story quests, unique side quests, and a variety of randomly generated missions. And your Dynasty reputation, beware. Failing them may have a cost. This is a lot of stuff that I'll think about later. Skills. Nice, big skill tree. There's all these different skills. And then the stuff I have on me. Okay, so let's start with doing the quest and seeing if I can find any rocks outside of, you know, fake ones. Because I know you can pick up rocks off the ground. Ah, like that. Stone. Grab a couple of these before I go, because I'll probably need them. I think 4 or 5 should be enough. That's 4. So if I see another one by chance, I'll grab it, but I think we're good. There we go. Can I jump? I already knew I could jump. If I hold it, do I jump higher? No. Shift to run. I always love shift to run. Am I going to... Which one am I going to? Can only assume it's Gustovia. Because the exclamation mark seems to be down here. There's some more rocks. Sure. There's lots of rocks up here. I'll remember this if I need a whole bunch of rocks. Hold up. The game didn't seem to like me running and trying to pick up a rock at the same time. Or maybe it's just going downhill it doesn't like. Let's give it a second. I think it's because there's a whole bunch of NPCs. There it goes. Is it this guy? Minighost. Those eyes. I didn't think I would see them again. One blue as the sky, the other black as the lump of coal. You look like you've seen a ghost. That's funny. My grandfather used to describe them exactly the same way. So you're not a ghost. Good. For a second there, I thought I lost it. Haha, but your eyes. You look just like him. Sorry you must have mistaken me with someone. I'm new to these parts, just arrived at the valley. Actually, my name is Rasimir. I'm Wanda's son, aren't you? Lordan's nephew. What? Did you know my mother? I would say he did. Not really. I knew of her. We didn't ever actually meet. He wanted to keep his family separate. I don't think I understand. You will. Wait, what do you mean by did? I know her. Is she well? I hope she is now, wherever that might be. I've lost both my parents in the war. Damn it, this world. Sigh, I guess I can't be as cruel as it is beautiful. Sorry, my boy, nobody should lose their loved ones at such a young age. It's okay, they died so I could live, and I plan to make the best of this life that I can in order to honor their sacrifice. It's very mature of you. I'm sure they would be proud hearing that. You mentioned my Uncle Logan. I actually came here looking for him. But this cow doesn't want me to, apparently. Oh, Rasimir, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Your Uncle Logan is no longer with us. He passed away 3 years ago. I'm so sorry. I understand how you must feel. He's a dear friend of mine. So that's it. I'm the only one left. Don't say that. Hey, look at me. This valley is filled with warm-hearted people who can gladly aid you with whatever you need, and I'm one of them. So what should I do now? You're free to go wherever you like and start a new life. I hereby grant you the permission of the Castellan to build and farm on any unutilized land in the valley. Construct yourself a house and see what comes next for you. You can even build a whole village if you please. There are many travelers passing through. Maybe some of them would like to join your settlement. Just like that, I can take the land for your charge. Or you have to pay taxes to the king annually. But apart from that, you are free to do as you please. As long as you don't break the law, of course. Or at least if you don't get caught doing so. It sounds amazing. The valley looks beautiful as well. I think I'll stay here and see what fate has in store for me. Glad to hear that. You can find resources all over the land. Grab a few rocks and sticks from the ground and craft yourself a simple axe. With it you can cut down a tree, chop them into logs, then you can create a wooden hammer that will be crucial in building process. I'm sure you'll get the hang of it. Listen. When you build yourself a home, come back to Gustavia, talk to my wife, Dobronega. She manages the tavern. Ask her to feed you. You must be famished, and then grab some beers for both of us and come back. I'll tell you some stories about Lordan. That sounds like a plan to me. And I swear this horse, cow. And it just tells you about collecting rocks and sticks. Tree cutting, you need an axe. Axe is still can be bought or crafted in the creation menu in the handcrafting section. Keep the axe on in the quick slots of the inventory and take it out. Birch tree, start cutting it until it drops, then chop it around the fallen small parts under the sword. Close. Oh, I like how the calves is actually cheaper than the cow. You can get both male and female. There's chickens and all that. Yeah. Let's start with... Alright. Let's start with opening the inventory. And trying to find the... this maybe? Wish it would tell me what all of these are called. I think these are just different storages. Skills. Journal, map, management. Technologies. Knowledge. To be honest, I don't know how to craft. Maybe follow this. Ah, talk to this guy. What can I do for you? My name is Rasamir. I'm Alwyn, I don't recognize you. Are you new here? I came here from the south. I'm looking for a new place for myself. Where can I start a new life? Good luck to you then. As for me, I'm a farmer. My job is to cultivate the fields. In fact, I do the same work every year by year. Doesn't it get boring over time? If I were you, I would die of the monotony. Of course it bores me. How long can you do the same thing in your life over and over again? My family needs my help, and I am doing my best to provide them. I did not mean to offend you. I'm sorry. There's no need to apologize. I'm a little bit annoyed and short-tempered recently. There's a delicate matter that won't let me focus on my work. What's that, Alwyn? Maybe I can be of some aid. It may seem petty, but I'm really tired of my mother's conflicts with Jarganiua. Her son, Delobor, won't leave my little sister, Olga, alone. Understands that it's a game for him, after all. When I was his age, I played with Dobromira, his older sister. I pretended to be a knight equipped with a stick instead of a sword. But anyway, I managed to protect her honor, like every knight does. It's adorable in its way. Anyway, let's get down to earth. I think he needs something to keep him busy and away from my sister. So what could work with a clear mind against... Huh? So that you could work with a clear mind again, huh? It would be nice indeed. See what I can do. Realize that was a quest. See the R button. F is for a torch. I is for your inventory. So I can do that. So probably in here, building, to the creation menu. That's not what I meant. But again, I don't have a creation menu, at least I don't know what it is. Ah, I live in the hammer shop, so that's different. There, houses, hunting, habits, inventory, management, map, merchant, mood, another neighbor. So let's go to something that I should be able to make, which is probably a wooden shovel. Doesn't say. Yeah. Manage. management, maybe, maps, journal, skills. Interesting, but I don't know how to craft. I doubt you drag it over here. Yeah, I just don't know how to craft. Maybe if I go Q. Handcrafting. I just thought it's one of the buttons in the inventory, so I should press it, so I guess that works. Don't act. Okay. Let's do this quest first. Hi. Hi, you're Dalibor, right? Yes. You look very strong for your age. Have you ever thought of becoming a knight? It's my dream. Are you a knight? No, but I know quite a lot of them. Did you know that many of them started learning to fight with a wooden sword already at your age? Where could I get a sword? Not a knight. Just so happens that I have one with me and I can give it to you, because you're clearly worthy. I'm honored. It may look inconspicuous, but it's certainly an excellent practice weapon for an aspiring knight like you. Looks a bit like a regular stick, to surprise your opponents. And do you know what else knights do besides fighting battles? They ride horses. This as well, but most of all they protect the ladies and children from danger and make sure that no harm is done to them. Really? Sounds like a lot of work. Yes, this is the most important principle of chivalry. Alright, thank you for the sword, not a knight. How am I going to defend those in need? Now I am going to defend those in need. You're welcome, young master. You're welcome. Now we go back and talk to the guy. We've done exactly the opposite of what you told us. We gave him a stick. You wanted us to get him away from your sister, but now he'll just, you know, protect her with a stick. First, handcraft, hammer, a log, and 2 more sticks. Okay. Hi. I have solved your problem with Dalibor. Yes, I saw him running around the village with a stick. He must have an amazing gift of persuasion. This young one does not listen to anyone. He gave me an idea with that stick and a story about a knight. By the way, I got this bread from Dobromira as an apology for her brother's behavior, but I think you've earned it. Here, take it. Thank you. No problem, it's the most refined bread you've eaten. Our Castellan's wife makes them in our local tavern. Oh, do you know what happened? Do you happen to know the man in charge, Unigast, well? No, not really. I spend most of the time in the fields and our paths only cross when it's time to pay some taxes. Alright then, see you soon. Okay, so his story's done until the next summer. And I need to find some sticks. There we go. I'm gonna grab 1 or 2 more if I run across them. Yeah, just some random dude outside collecting sticks. Okay. Ooh. Probably a lot of people make their house by the river. It's such a nice place to build a house, let's be honest. what I can do to be different is go across the river, which is probably what everybody says. Collect some reeds. Apparently it's straw. Collect 10 of it. Or more, if I could just collect it all here. Just a little bit more left. 26, that's a lot. We'll have to come back for a little bit. I probably will, but that's besides the point. There's a town over there too. I might as well just build a house here. So let's see. First, handcraft a wooden hammer, but I need to get a log first. Which I think if I put the stone axe here, then I can just pull it out. Maple tree. Hey, got feathers and sticks from it. Oh, so I just carry the logs in my backpack. Good to know. Wooden hammer. Oh, I actually need more straw and to cut some more trees. Okay. I'm glad it's so easy to collect straw then. There's just lots and lots of it here. Okay. I'm gonna cut some more trees because it tells me to. But also, let me wooden hammer in the second slot. I'm gonna have a horrible time remembering all of that, but free mushrooms. Not sure what good they'll be, but I'll take them. I like to take the mushroom, not the stick. Want that stone, just in case. Okay, so I can hold it instead of jamming the click button. I assume I need to actually collect all these logs. And I'm gonna guess it doesn't matter what kind of tree I get it from. And I have to wait for it to fall. Nope, just mostly. Oh, I weigh too much. Okay. Then... hydration is crucial when the water parameters to produce Shadow's health. You can fill it by drinking various beverages. Water can be stored and transported in buckets and the log. Okay. What I'm gonna do is leave some of these logs right here. And I'll come back for him. Go back over here. Then I'll drop the rest of the logs and cut down the last tree because I don't want to be over encumbered. Now I realize you become over encumbered really fast with heavy items. I got 9 logs here and 5 logs there. So when I go to build my thing, I can get them real quick. Now it's going to tell me about the building. Okay. And I think... Oh, you don't need a hammer to do that. So I need more technology by a lot to do that. So let me pick up some more logs. Let's do the 5. Buildings, houses, small house. Oh, this isn't a good spot to put it, is it? That's unfortunate. Okay, I only needed 5 logs to do it, so let me drop 4 of these. See about building over there. Grab some water real quick. Back. Building. House. Oh, I needed 6. Okay. So I'll go back and pick one more up. Oh, skills. Oh, and they're thing specific. 5% more experience gained from survival activities. Temperature tolerance. Higher poisoning resistance. And those are not open yet. Let's start with survival knowledge, just because get us more levels in the later on. But that's not what we were doing now. Inventory. This logs, drop 3 of them. Okay. I know at the very least. There we go. Buildings. Okay, so I actually just need that for the building it, not for the setting up the plan. Okay, so the area is occupied is what it says. So I need to find a place that's unoccupied. Maybe over here somewhere. Yeah, right here. What I'll do, right there, because it allows it. Logs and sticks, okay. So now we're going to go back over here, over encumber ourselves. Regret our decision immediately. Drop 6 of the logs, because I know I can at least hold 6. Then I think I can just whack the walls to build. What is eat at it? fix it. So if I do this, nope, build. Oh, yeah, I just whack it. I thought I was hurting it. I'm not. Let's go inside to make this easier. This is gonna take a whole minute. So I'll probably have to, in the long run, switch up where I'm living, because there's no way if I have to build more stuff that I can build it over here. I'm gonna use up all the sticks, see if I need more, which I will. Oh, you just push it. Nice. Don't know how many sticks I'll need. Collect as many as I can. And then that'll be good enough for now. Grab the rest of this. Yes, I need food, but I don't need it that bad. So what I'll do is ignore that. Back over to the hammer. Put the rest of the sticks on, and then we'll worry about the roof. Hey, the straws comes in handy. I guess they did make us collect enough for the roof. They plan out their quests really well so far. I need another log. I'm gonna assume that if you would cut down the same amount, like the right trees, that you would have had the right amount of stuff, or that they only gave you enough for most of it, so that you'd have to realize that you have to go out and get more on your own. That's kind of like a catch-22 kind of thing. That's not at all what that means, but I'm going to use it like that because I can. I like the time doesn't flow too fast. Chapters are a series of missions that appear at the beginning of the game and introduce you to the game's mechanics, also assist you in the initial stages of your new settlement construction. Completing the chapters allow you to unlock the next development stage, which determines the maximum limit of buildings you can construct. Okay. Torch me. Put away the axe. And then we want to finish Unicosts before we even think about anything else. Because, I mean, a beer buddy's a beer buddy. Hello there, what can I help you with? Hi, are you Durbin? Right? Nice to meet you, I'm Resimir. That's right, nice to meet you, Resimir. What brings you to me? Unagos told me that you can fix me up with some food. I haven't eaten proper meal in weeks. Well, that depends what proper means to you, but I can offer you something warm and filling. That sounds more than amazing. There you go. Now tell me something about yourself. How do you know my husband? There's nothing much to say, really. I've just arrived at the valley, looking for my Uncle Lord, and didn't expect to be done searching so quickly, to be honest. Oh yes, he was Unagos' friend. I remember now, hearing that he had eyes just like yours. I'm sorry for your loss. That's okay, I don't even remember him really. Most that I know about him is from my mother's stories. She always looked up to her big brother. Loved him fiercely, even when he stopped visiting. Lots of people did, from what I've heard. There was something special about him. Yeah. Tough shoes to fill, huh? The only shoes that you need to worry about filling are your own. Every man is the architect of his own fortune. Thank you for saying that. It's what I needed to hear. But let's not talk about me. Yes, I did things. I played the game, woo woo. Let's not talk about me anymore. What's your story? I was part of a traveling band of troubled troubadours. I've never managed to learn how to play any instrument, but I was pretty decent with my singing. Our travels brought us to the valley not long after the death of your uncle. I still remember seeing Unagos for the first time. He had such a sadness in his eyes. Lorden wasn't just a friend of his, he was part of him. The band left a few days later. I stayed. There was something in Unagos' presence that I simply knew my place was by his side. You probably noticed the age difference. No, not really. Why are you implying that I look old? Nothing of the sort, anyway. So it looks like you were anchored here by love. That's pretty amazing. Yeah, you can call it that. Or blindness, or stupidity, poor judgment, maybe, whatever sounds best to you. Pretend all you like. You fell hard for the grandpa, with sad eyes, and you know it. I did. He annoys me sometimes like nobody else. Yet I can imagine breathing without him now. But don't let me go all soft on you. You surely got some place to go. It was a pleasure talking with you. Every second of it. Here, I know. It's not much that will come in handy when you're starting your life. Everything costs coins these days. Really appreciate that, but I'm not looking for charity. I'll manage. Oh, come on, don't try to be heroes. Men. Alright, do something for me then. It won't be a handout, just your first pay. That I can agree on. What do you need? The farmer in the village. She's called Jorgenwa. She usually supplies the tavern with rye, but I haven't got anything from her in a while. My stock is almost gone, and you don't even want to imagine what would happen to these people when we run out of beer. Consider it done. While we're speaking of beer, Unagos asked me to grab a couple for us. Of course, here you go. Great, thank you. Promise to tell me some stories about Lorden. Oh, I see. Well, in that case, haha, thank you. These people are long-winded, though. I see indoors. That's their house. Oh, he was just right inside their house. Resimir. Hey, Unagos, you're looking at the proud house owner from the valley, and I'm back bearing beers. Job well done indeed. Alright, let me wet your throat with this amber goodness and start reminiscing. I knew Lorden for 22 years before he died. He was my best friend, a truest friend, a brother actually. I remember the day we met as if it was yesterday. I was 25 at the time, living in a big city of Jelleberg, where I was born. You could say I hate that place, but still it was the only home I ever knew. Maybe someday I'll tell you more about that. Anyway, I was supposed to take care of my own, so I did. The only thing I could do. Steal it. You were a thief. A bloody good one, if I might say. Pickpocket was my real bread and butter. I could steal a piece of steak right from your fork and you wouldn't even notice. It wasn't greed that motivated me, just survival. I'd be lying to say if I didn't enjoy the process. Stealing's still a crime, no matter the motivation. I'd say you'll want to wait and hear a bit more before you get all high and mighty. I'm sorry, go on.
Oh, these people are long-winded.
We had an annual festival at Juvenberg. It always brought a whole bunch of outsiders to town. You can imagine what that meant for a man in my profession. I could do a day's worth of work in a matter of minutes. I grabbed a few coins here and there, some jewelry, a pair of new boots. When I saw a nobleman with a money bag strapped to his belt, it was basically begging to be set free. I snuck behind him in the crowd, like I did 1,000 times before child's play. I gently grabbed the pouch, did a little shimmy magic, and there it was, sitting neatly in my palm. Just need to turn around and disappear like always, and then wham. What happened? Of course he punched him. Punched in the face, though it felt like a bullet. And I was so shocked I didn't even realize what happened until I hit the ground. My head was pounding, I could barely see straight, and do you know what was the first thing I saw next? Another blow coming? No, a smile. A big radiant smile on the face of a man with two different eyes. It was your Uncle Lorden, the one I took for a nobleman. He stuck his hand out, helped me get up, and offered me a beer. Just like that? Just like that. I don't get it. That's how Lorden was, you see. He's deadly clever, smartest man I've ever known. Hands down. He could see the world like nobody else. Predict things. He was always at least a dozen steps ahead of anyone else. So on a rare occasion when somebody surprised him, he was intrigued. And he wasn't expecting you. Indeed. Apparently even despite my failure, I was still the one that came closest to robbing him. And he liked that. So I'm guessing you accepted his invitation, right? I didn't really have a choice, did I? I was terrified of the guy at the moment. So we went. He took me to the most expensive and most crowded cafe in the whole town. That it was the day of the festival, and entering that place was next to impossible. He didn't seem to care, though. In a matter of seconds, we were just sitting at the table, being served by two barmaids at the same time. It was surreal. In my mind, there was only one explanation. He owned the place. And did he? Not at all. It was his first time in Jellenberg. Felt like a dream, to be honest, especially with me still being dazed after the punch. I was still sure he was a nobleman, his manners, his clothes, the way he talked and moved. Then he chugged a beer like it was a race. Wiped the face with a sleeve and burped like a drum. He went from the lord to the savage like that. I relived that moment a dozen times. Until I realized why he did that. It wasn't a mistake, oh no. No laziness. No moment of weakness. He wanted me to see it. To understand it. Understand what? That he was full of crap. You see, Racemir, your uncle, was one of a kind. He was truly master of arms, and his weapon's choice was his confidence. What does that even mean? Imagine a closed door with two armed guards at the side. And you want what's inside. What are your options? You can force yourself in, bribe the guards, try to pick and lock. Lorden, he just holds his head up high, walks right in, and demands the door to be open. You were right. That all sounds surreal. I never knew that about my uncle. My mother's stories were quite different. Because I'm afraid she knew quite different Lorden than me. And everybody in the pack. Wait, the pack. Oh dear, Racemir. There's so much more you still don't know. Our story hasn't even really begun, but it's getting late. Come on, you can't just leave me hanging like that. Alright, I'm gonna tell you a bit more. After the beer we had a couple more than some meat if I remember correctly. We were talking about our past, our dreams, convictions. Started making some drunk and absurd plans. I thought we were joking, to be honest. The next thing I remember is waking up in silk sheets. Guessing they weren't yours, correct? Are you kidding? It's the first time I ever touched the fabric like that. The ceiling in the chambers was so high it could fit a giant. I thought I was dreaming. Then the servants walked in and I was ready to flee, but instead of fighting me, they presented me with breakfast. How come? It was all Logan's doing. Never found out how he managed to pull it off. Whenever I asked, he just burst out into laughter, even years after. Needless to say, I left Jillenberg with him on that day. The first time I went outside of the town's walls, never came back. That was the day the pack was born. 3 years later, there were 5 of us, a real team, a family. We called ourselves the Reminders. Oh, how I wish I could be there. It sounds incredible. I've never had an adventure like that. And probably never will. You said, my boy, it wasn't always fun and lovely, but it's a tale for another time. We really did get late, and I'm sure you still have a lot of work to do. Come and find me tomorrow. We will talk some more. I'll do that. Thank you, Goss, for everything. Okay. So I'll go this way first. Let me tab, inventory, dried meat or flatbread. Let's eat this. Lots of food. And then we will go to sleep. If we have a bed, that is. Oh, if we do or not. Yeah, certainly have stamina though. We'll take the double bed, because it's a double bed. Next season? No way. Next day. And that'll be it for this episode. See what happens next time. It's early game, so I know it's quite boring. Next time we'll be doing some setup for... Or, not some setup. We'll be doing this Chapter 2 Survivalist, setting up a bear trap, wood spear, stone knife, on a wild animal, survive for a season. And we'll see what happens. So that's all for Medieval Dynasty. Bye.